This question on the board is very simple, but one needs to be very careful when attempting such problem. Now the question is 2 raised to the power of 4 and 4 is raised to the power of x, which is equal to 16 raised to the power of 2 and 2 is raised to the power of x. Double step powers 1, 2 and 1, 2. Solution. In this question, they are basically written in their exponential form. This raised to a power, which also raised to a power. The same with this part of the equation. So the first approach is to rewrite every term, reduce them to the exponential form. That means we are going to express 4 as 2 raised to the power of 2. Over here, we are also going to express 16 as 2 raised to the power of 4. Now take note of this. 4 is the same as writing 2 raised to the power of 2. And 16 is the same as 2 raised to the power of 4. Which means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equal to 16. Let me rewrite the question on the board. 2 raised to the power of 4, which is raised to the power of x, is equal to 16 raised to the power of 2, which is raised to the power of x. Now putting every term into the exponential form, we have 2 raised to the power of 4. 4 is the same as 2 raised to the power of 2. So I'll put that in bracket. 2 raised to the power of 2, which is raised to the power of x. This 4 is raised to the power of x. That means this bracket that represents 4 is going to be raised to the power of x, which equal to 16 is the same as 2 raised to the power of 4. So let's do this. 2 raised to the power of 4. This 2 raised to the power of 4 that is representing 16 is raised to the power of 2. Raised to the power of 2. Now from what we have in this part of the equation, we have 2 raised to the power of, in bracket, 2, which is raised to the power of 2, then raised to the power of x. At this point, we have to be very careful when dealing with this part of the equation. So in this part of the equation, we have 2 raised to the power of 4. 4. Then 4 times this. 4 times this. So that will give 4 times 2 raised to the power of x. So I have 2 raised to the power of 2x, which is equivalent to 2 raised to the power of, let's change this 4 into its index form, and if I do that, it will give me 2 raised to the power of 2 times 2 raised to the power of x. In the left hand side of the equation, we have a power here and also a power here, so we can multiply these two together according to the law of indices. So that will give 2 raised to the power of 2, which is raised to the power of 2 times x, 2x. Then this is equal to 2 raised to the power of, let's apply the multiplication law of indices to this, to what we have here. Now, according to multiplication law, if we have a raised to the power of n times a raised to the power of n, then the result is always a raised to the power of n plus n. Then that means this will give 2 plus two sides of the equation, there is a similarity. What is the similarity? The similarity is that this person can represent the, you have 2 raised to the power of 2, which gives 4. Then which is raised to the power of 2x. This is equal to, in this bracket, we have 2 raised to the power of 2, which also gives 4, which is raised to the power of x, 2 plus x. Now at this juncture, we have 4 raised to the power of 2x, which is equal to 4 raised to the power of 2 plus x. What did you notice? And what should be the next step? Now, observation is that in the left and right hand side of the equation, the bases are the same. So what should we do? This will cancel this. We are going to be left with the index. So in the powers or the index, we have 2x is equal to 2 plus x. Can you get it done from here? Collection of like terms. 2x, when this person crosses over, it becomes minus x, which is equivalent to 2. 2x minus 1x gives x, and x is equal to 2. At this point, the value of x from this equation is equal to 2. Now you can still check if the answer is correct. If you don't know how to check, this is how to do that. To check, then from this equation, you can take off this and put your 2. Remove this and put your 2. So if this video was helpful to you, click on the like button and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you.